Hi guys, last time I reviewed the Safi'jiiva from the Monster Hunter Figure Builder Volume 18 set. I said then that there were really just two monsters I wanted, the two dragons. In fact, they are so popular that getting them individually costs more than buying the entire box set. So I got the set and I'll sell or give away the rest to charity. So here is the Figure Builder Alatreon. And what a beauty this is. Whereas in Safi'jiiva, I'd use the words rough and craggy. In Alatreon, it's more fine and elegant. Like Safi'jiiva, Alatreon is also Renel the dragon. I'm not a gamer, so I don't review my Monster Hunter models while referencing the canon, but I just wanted to note that for many of my friends who are, Alatreon is one of the hardest monsters to defeat, and in that light, I love that he's not an in-your-face bruiser, but has a slenderness that gives a more hidden feel of danger. Alatreon comes in 4 separate pieces: the main body, the tail, and 2 wings. Obviously, it's a black dragon, which is a rarity, so the color itself was a big draw for me. It might also make capturing full detail on camera a bit tricky, so we'll see what happens. In fact, I've wanted to review this figure builder, the Gigante, for a while, but I kept putting it off because of this. But Alatreon is too cool to put off till after I get my camera work perfect, so here he is. Although Alatreon is generally black, there are still accents that help break it up and lend visual interest. That's the hard bit about an all-black creature. The idea is cool, but to render in an interesting way is a challenge. No such problems here. Let's separate this and this. In the body, you can see that the ventral surface fades into a grey. With accents of grey-blue in the jaw and the chest spikes. And the wing membranes have this beautiful fade from a black-grey to an iron-grey to a pewter, almost I would say a blue-grey here, and finally transitioning into the underlay of beige. Just look at how smoothly and gently the color transitions here. And on the other side, and in so doing, it really brings out the more, dare I say, delicate nature of the detail in these membranes. And then your eyes track to the wing fingers where you see really a kind of exquisite elegance with a scale design comprised of a double row. Remember, this is what Safi'jiiva's wing looks like with a rougher, more robust aesthetic. And since we've moved on to detail, let's have a look at the tail next. Again, you see the various layers of scales along the length. So many variations. If you look closely, you'll see that the lower layers of scales, some of them have actually grown into longer spikes. And on the dorsal surface, you see a skin sail between the elongated neural spines, with a color fade that breaks up the black and echoes the elegance seen in the wing. And as for the rest, you can just look at the rows of scales. The variations in size and shape. The rather interesting chest spikes here. You'll see the dorsal spines transition to a double row in the neck, which directs you to the unusual form of the head with its very unusual ornamentation. Just look at the detail in these teeth. and the very carefully painted eyes. Just such fineness of detail. So let's put everything together. Now you should put the tail in first, because there's a receiving groove here for a part of the wing. And then the wings. There, just look at this magnificent dragon. Again, I wish they'd do away with these pegs, especially for quadrupedal animals, but overall, he looks great from any angle. Well, just like with Safi'jiiva, I really hope for a creator's model version. If this is what Capcom sculptors can do with their miniatures, imagine how much more could be expressed in a bigger model. I'm really happy to have these two. I've shared with you that black and red are my favorite color combination, and it's a delightful coincidence that the two coolest dragons from Volume 18 just happen to be there, and they will look fantastic standing next to each other. So that's it for the Monster Hunter Alatreon. I'm really happy to have these fantastic dragons to review for you, especially after the loss of the McFarlane Dragon series. I'm really excited to see what else is out there. Have a great week, guys.